What's going on, YouTube? I hope you are well. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jared Hamilton. It's nice to sit down with you. So I'm right now just sitting here chilling. I'm literally just sitting on my floor with all my dogs on my couch. We've got Lily right here. We got Nika right there. And we got Remy over there. So I wanted to hop on here and have a conversation with you today. And kind of give you an update on some of me and my stuff, and also kind of tell you what I'm planning on doing, some stuff that's going to be happening that you'll be seeing here soon. But first and foremost, I want to talk about how to get out of a slump. Okay, that's the first thing I really want to talk about, is how to get out of a slump. The reason I'm making this is because I have been in one for a little while now. And that's the thing, is we all go through them, right? Like, no one's immune to going through slumps and going through whatever. Like, my mindset's been off, my headspace has been off, my fitness has been off, my nutrition's been off. And I'm not making this video for like a poor me or for attention or anything like that. It's just to be real with you, right? Unfortunately, so much of social media and so many influencers, if you want to call it that, is you only see the highlight reel. You don't see them going through rough times. You don't see them struggling. You don't see them having bad days. And my goal with you is to show you the whole picture and show you everything. So that's why I wanted to make this video and talk about, I've been in a slump lately. I've been going through kind of a rough time. My headspace has been off. That's the biggest common denominator. Is my whole mindset has been off. My whole headspace has been off. Enough to where people have been like, bro, are you okay? People asking Shelby hey, is Jared all right? You guys might be able to tell in my energy, in my content, because I'm told I can't hide things worth shit. So, but I'm okay. That's the thing is I'm okay, right? So but I want to just come on here and talk about, how to get out of a slump. And if you guys hear my dog snoring, just like these little, nasally snores, that's these guys. But, so number one, in the world, reeling things back in, how to get out of a slump. Number one, move your body, even if you don't want to. That's the first thing, is move your body. Here's what you have to understand. Your body tells your mind what to think. Think of it this way. Imagine this. Imagine if I were to ask 17 people how to describe a person that's depressed, in a slump, or not feeling well. How is their posture? How is their breathing? How is their head position? How are they talking? That's the thing you guys got to understand, is your body tells your mind what to think. Whereas if you're in a slump and you're not feeling so well, the first thing you need to do is change your physiology and move. Whether that means go on a walk. I took a walk this morning before my day even started. I literally threw my phone in my pocket and walked out the door and went on a walk for 20, 30 minutes. And I felt better. Check your posture. Right now, if you're not feeling so hot, I bet you're slumped over. I bet your head's down. I bet your arms might be crossed. I bet, you're breathing shallow. I bet when you talk, it's soft. It's not talking, with authority or with confidence or anything like that. So one of the easiest ways to start to feel better is change your physiology and change that. That's why working out, people feel better. Not even talking about endorphins or anything like that. That's why just going and moving your body, going on a walk, going on a run, doing some push-ups, right now, go take a cold shower, go train, whatever that looks like, just go move, because your body tells your mind what to think. Number two, I want you to also start making promises and keeping them. That's the other thing, is whenever we get into slumps, we start letting go of the promises that we've made ourselves. We started to get lazy. We've started to I used to work out 5 days a week. Now it's at 3. I went from counting my calories to letting some stuff slide. I went from drinking a bottle of water or a big jug of water every day to not a jug of water every day. And it's that kind of stuff. And I can tell you, the part of the reason if you're in a slump like me right now, is it's because you started to let yourself down. You started to break promises you kept to yourself. My fitness, I wanted to call it because of busyness and because of whether it's legitimate or not. I've made some excuses. I've let some days of my tracking slide. I've let stuff come up, and because of improper planning, I missed some workouts. Essentially, I've broken promises I made to myself, which means my confidence goes down, my happiness goes down, my fired upness goes down. And it's because of my me breaking promises to myself. and you're probably in a similar spot, because guess what? The best way to build that back up is the same way you broke it, is start making promises, or keeping promises you make to yourself. So far we have move your body, change your physiology, get up, move, do something, and then make promises and keep them. This doesn't have to be fitness related, by the way. It obviously helps, like move your body and increase your good quality habits, like eating really good food and saying things like that. But this could be something as simple as making your bed every morning, or saying, I'm going to do the dishes every night and doing them, saying, I'm going to get up 15 minutes earlier and do it. Things like saying, I'm going to drink, or I'm going to read 10 pages in a book, whatever. Make some promises, just one or two, that you say, I will do this and this, and then keep them. And guess what? That's what's going to happen is you'll start to feel better. Okay, those are for the first two. Now, the next I want you to do is, I would bet if you're in a slump and you're not feeling so hot, you've probably started slipping on your daily personal development. I have. I used to read every single day, like 10 pages every single day. I used to, do I've let my meditation slide. I've let my quiet time slide. I've let my personal development time slide. No wonder I don't feel very good, right? And again, this is me just being honest with you guys and showing you how I fix my own stuff. So like this morning, I read. I'm in the middle of one of Tony Robbins' books right now, Awaken the Giant Within. A mentor of mine said I should get it. I just scared the shit out of my dogs. I got back in it this morning. So that's the thing, guys. You have to understand, we're either growing or dying, right? We are either 100% growing or 100% dying. Nothing sits still, like at all. Like you could literally take a brand new car, put it in a garage and not touch it for 2 years, and it might not turn over. Because it's just how the game works. A flower grows or dies. An animal grows or dies. We're growing or dying. So if your happiness or your significance or your whatever emotions you want to talk about, if your stuff is not growing, you are dying. So if you are not tactically saying, I'm going to get better every day, whether that looks like for you, whether it be physical, spiritual, in your relationships, whatever, it's decaying and dying. Nothing sits still. So unless you're tactically saying, I'm going to do this, this, and this intentfully every single day, you're going backwards. So if you're not happy or feeling good, that's why. I know for me, like self-auditing myself, that's why one of the reasons I feel like I've been in a slump lately is I've let my own promises start to slide. I've just gotten lazy and haven't been developing myself. And here's the thing, guys, these could all be for legitimate reasons. I could tell you every reason why. I could tell you, business got really crazy, or a bunch of stuff with my personal life got really crazy, or this happened or that happened. But here's the thing, it doesn't matter. None of that matters, right? Because it's a matter of taking responsibility and ownership of our lives. I could sit here, we all could sit here and be victims of whatever circumstances, but it doesn't change. All excuses do is validate failure. So it's one of those things where if you want your life to change, you have to take responsibility and say, look, I've got to make this shit happen. This is why we see people like who have been born in really poor families, or they've been like abused as children or whatever, and they've said enough is enough, and they go to make something amazing out of their life, versus we know other people who have said, I guess this is it, and they've been a victim to their lives. So even if what you're going through is legitimate, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't change it and take some level of responsibility and ownership, because it's still your life we're talking about. This is still my life. I've had like I said, the most legitimate reasons for stuff falling through. And I have grace for that, and I have empathy for that with myself, and I'm not, being mean to myself about it. But that doesn't mean I shouldn't get back up, dust myself off, and go back to the way doing things I should be, right? And that's what I would encourage you to do if you're kind of in a slump or not in a very good spot. The other thing, next, I don't know what number I'm on how to get out of a slump. Gratitude fixes everything. It's why I have it tattooed. Damn it, where'd it go? Right there on my arm. Son of a bitch. Hang on. There. It's why I have gratitude tattooed on my arm. Is gratitude to change your life, guys. Gratitude will 100% change your life. You realize you can't feel all these terrible emotions and feel grateful at the same time. It's just how this game works. And I'm not saying ignore your negative emotions or like that you shouldn't experience them. That's a different conversation. But I'm saying is you're more blessed than you give yourself credit. And gratitude fixes everything. So like being like I said, like feeling in a slump and not feeling so hot, I have been neglecting my gratitude exercises, my gratitude journaling and things like that, where reminding myself and really experiencing the emotions of gratitude, because gratitude like will change your entire life. Gratitude heals. Gratitude like brings things into perspective. Like the fact that I'm talking to a supercomputer of a smartphone right now, and I'm here in shortly going to hit publish, and it's going to blast it all over the internet to hundreds and thousands of people all over the world. Like, my life isn't that bad, right? Just the fact that like my thumbs work, just the fact that like I woke up this morning and I have another day on the earth. I get to sleep in bed with the most amazing wife every single night. I've got 3 fucking awesome dogs that are so excited to see me when I come home. Like, I got running water in my kitchen right now. Like, you have to understand, guys, that when it comes to this stuff, when we start to go into slumps and not feel so hot, it's because generally one of the reasons, all that stuff I mentioned, but so we aren't counting what we're grateful for. We're not expressing gratitude. We're not feeling, not just being thankful, but actually feeling the deep down emotion of being grateful. And it's massively important, and it's severely underrated. So those are the things I would do right now to really work to get out of a slump. A couple other things that I also do, that I've been learning to do lately is, number 1, have more quiet time. Because generally, if you're not feeling so hot, it's either something bigger than you trying to talk to you, or your body is trying to talk to you or get something out. And it's interesting. I've been doing a lot of introspection and inner work and headspace and psychology stuff. And a lot of times we have, like, it's not, I don't want to say negative emotions aren't bad. We need negative emotions, right? If we were just all positive emotions, like, it wouldn't feel positive, right? But a lot of times our bodies have, whether it be trauma or whether it be just bad experiences as a little kid, or whether it be just negative, just stuff, just baggage of whatever. Our body might hold on to something as a little kid, and as we become adults, it wants to come out. And a lot of times, if you're in a slump and you're not feeling so hot, like, you should listen to that. Get quiet. Most people try to avoid that and don't want to listen to their inner demons or listen to their darkness and see what it is, because a lot of times we all have stuff we need to work through. You don't have to go through a horrendous childhood to not have baggage to work through. And this is one of the things being quiet helps you with. It lets these limiting beliefs and it lets these negative things and the not so great stuff come to the surface that we need to get out, right? That's why meditating is so important, and listening to quiet is so important every day. Just like in the same way, it sounds really kind of gross, but the same way, like going to the bathroom, we all have to go like take a shit every day and expel things. It's the same thing. We have all this shit going on in our heads, guys, that we just need to get out. That's why quiet time is so important, and having time, even if it's just 5 minutes a day where you can sit in quiet and let whatever comes out and go through you. That way it's gone. Just in the same way you go to the bathroom and just sit there and let things go. As gross as that sound, Remy's a little loud over here. Does that make sense? So I would say if you're not in a very good spot in your mental space, you need to also have some quiet time and just listen to silence and see what comes out, and then learn to deal with it and let it go, if that makes sense. And then the last thing, if you're in a slump, and this is something that I'm trying really hard, I've been really working on with myself, is have some grace for yourself. Like, it's okay. For a long time I would struggle with the fact that I thought I had to be Superman. I thought I had to, feeling bad was a sign of weakness, or crying was a sign of weakness, or like I grew up with like that mentality, like, oh, big, bad, burly, whatever. But that's not the case, this is how we grow, right? A lot of times going through a negative time or being in a slump or not feeling so hot is how we grow and develop as people. And we need it. You know what I mean? It's like, it's one of those things. So like, have some grace for yourself. Know that, number 1, it's going to get better. Know that whatever you're going through right now is temporary. I know my slump is not going to last forever, but also like honor it and know that it probably has a purpose, and that it's probably trying to teach you something. So that's what I'm doing. I've been a little bit quieter on social media. I've been taking some extra time for myself. I've been cutting like work days like in half, and like whether that be just sitting watching TV for a while, or like going out in my backyard and just laying in the hammock and just listening to silence, spending less time doing other stuff, just because sometimes we need that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, working on all that other stuff, getting back into your daily personal development, getting back into the promises you told yourself you would keep, getting back into your gratitude exercises, all that stuff that I talked about, it's still massively important. So it's a matter of all of this stuff. So with that being said, I wanted to just come on here and talk to you about it and give you guys maybe some tactics on how to handle your slumps or your rough times, and just tell you that, like, right now, like, this is how I'm handling mine, which leads me into my next point. I've let, like I told you, some of my fitness stuff start to slide, and for whatever reason. So we're really dialing it back now. I'm really going to be dialing it back in. And I'm going to be documenting more of that, more of my journey, just dialing my shit back in, leaning up a little bit more. Going to be getting stronger with gyms hopefully opening back up here soon and things like that. So I'm going to be documenting that stuff for you guys. A lot of you guys have been asking me to bring back the daily donut, where I have a donut every day and lose weight. And I have no problem with that. I'll probably either do that, or I'm thinking about doing a different food this time. Not that I don't love donuts, but I don't know. I'm just thinking about doing something different with a different fitnessy myth this time. But otherwise, keep an eye out for that. Puppy paws. Keep an eye out for that stuff. And yeah, otherwise, thanks for listening, and thanks for watching, whatever. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, be sure and do that. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And if this has helped you, I would love it if you'd send me a message and say, hey, that helped, or hey, that didn't, whatever. I just like to interact with you guys. If there's anything I can ever do for you, by all means, please let me know. I've got some other stuff I've got other ways to connect down in the description, like whether it be my Instagram, my TikTok, my podcast, my email list, things like that. So yeah, otherwise, thank you so much for listening. I'll talk to you guys later.